Well, how you doing? Pat Porter back with you. It's not my show. It's the infamous Jay Moore show here today with me. I'm kind of the small print at the bottom of the show. Jay Moore, how you doing?
No, your mic's not on.
My mic's just fine. What about you? You have no mic?
I got music.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just see what we got going on with you here. Yeah, music. You shouldn't have any music. We're not playing any music. Okay, we'll just minimize this. How's that?
It's music.
Still got music?
Yeah.
Better get Todd in here then. Todd, the chief engineer here. Why does Jay Moore still have music playing in his headphones? Because they don't want you to say anything, Jay Moore.
You're not even on the air, Pat. Quit talking.
I don't know. Here comes Todd. Hey, Todd. Jay says he's got music coming through his headphones instead of hearing me.
Well, that's really weird.
Yeah, that's pretty strange.
To him out there.
Oh, yeah. You're on there?
You're on.
Oh, I got music. Here it is.
Okay, well, that's cool. Because somebody put music into your headphones.
Okay, well, there you go.
How about that now?
What a horrible way to start the show.
Oh,
Absolutely horrible. Not only is it late, Todd. Listen to me. Not only is the show late, but Pat screws everything up every single time. You haven't been on time for me, and everything is being destroyed.
Here we go.
My show is specifically targeted at being sabotaged on 4680Q.
You need better help.
Yes, I do need better help.
More
This is stupid. This is stupid. Get out. Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you, Todd.
Don't slam the door.
I like you, Todd. You do a good job.
Oh, you
Todd.
like a good job. You just like to play these ribs on me and to sabotage a perfectly good show. A show that's the highest rated here at 4680Q. Everybody is so jealous.
Are you really going to take a breath and let me say anything at all?
No. Why should I? I haven't had mic time in the past 5 minutes. The show starts at 3 o'clock, Pat Porter.
Yeah, well, okay, the show's on. Tell us what you want to tell us.
Today we got... What are you laughing at?
Because you got nothing to say now.
Yes. Today we got Monica Unacceptable Riegler, which is a fan favorite here on 4680. And later on today, the great Jeremy Elliott.
Oh, yay. Boy.
Yes.
That's going to be a show.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Jeremy Elliott.
Both are better guests than what you are, Pat.
Come on.
Jeremy Elliott, we're going to talk about his new book, Life as an Art. We're going to talk about his appearance at Neo Pro Wrestling last weekend. Tomorrow, he's at the CWF where we're having a huge draft. Pat Porter between the NWX and the CWF. He's going to explain all that. And, of course, talk about United Family Martial Arts and his contributions to the community of Niagara Falls. How's that? Yeah. Am I good at this or not?
No.
I'm a really good host.
You stink.
Oh, come on.
You stink.
Come on.
Infamous Jay Moore.
Come on, Pat Porter.
If it weren't for me, you wouldn't even be sitting in that chair. You'd be out the window, outside in the parking lot.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be sitting in that chair. You would have been fired from your old radio station job, and you'd be fired from here. You should be fired from here. Yeah, exactly. You got nothing to say now, do you, Mr. Host?
I'll tell you what I got to say.
Okay.
I'm the one here pushing all the buttons. What are you doing?
Yeah, and you're doing it all wrong.
You're sitting in the chair. You got one hand up your nose, and the other hand, I don't know what you're doing. Playing with your phone?
I'm just sitting here trying to host a program that is apparently not even... I could do this better on my phone at home. I shouldn't even come in here. Yes.
Okay.
And, of course, once again, I apologize to Rick Rose and the listening audience for everything being destroyed here today. Sorry, Pat. Don't look at me like that. Do not look at me like that.
I look at you like you're some bug walking across the counter here. That's it.
Yes.
There goes a bug walking across the counter. That's Jay Moore.
Okay. Well, once again, I'm tired of your dad jokes. I think
it's not a dad joke.
Yes,
it's a true story.
Yes,
you look like a bug when you're walking around.
I don't look like a bug.
Yeah, you do.
I look like a superstar.
That's
exactly what I am. I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm a fly with these great big eyes.
I'm a broadcast. I'm a radio god, Pat Porter. What do you think of that? A radio god. G-O-D. You got that?
Oh, so now you're a comic. Now you're a comic,
yes,
too,
Yes, I can do that, too, as well. If you want to see me at Taps, Taps, and Laughs, I can do it all. I'm an entertainer. Unlike you and your stupid friends. I'm an entertainer.
I think it's time to fade Jay Moore right out here. Too much. We're just a little bit softer.
You don't even know how to fade it out. You don't even know how to work it.
We don't want to hear you screaming for an hour here. So if you got something to say, that's okay. But if you're just going to sit there and...
Pat Porter, I would like to... pay respect to our sponsor, and I would like to get Monica Unacceptable Riegler on the phone. I would like to get the show going.
Talk about the sponsor.
The sponsor of the Regency, I'm proud to be a part of the Regency. In fact, the Thunderbirds are playing tonight. You can go see them tonight. But also, I want to talk about June 10th coming up, the AC/DC tribute band.
I'm giving you a little more volume here.
Do you know what you're doing? Because you're embarrassing me in front of the sponsor now.
I'm only giving you more volume, so if you speak instead of yell, it'll work.
I'm speaking totally properly. You just don't know how to run the board. You know what I mean?
Tell me what else. Tell me what else you know.
You want me to get Todd Brown in here? Do you want me to get Kendra in here? I know you don't like that because she can run the board. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, get Kendra in here instead of you.
Back to the Regency, Pat Porter.
Okay.
Thunderbird tonight. This is what I'm trying to say. Great band. You can go see them.
He doesn't know what he's trying to say.
And buy your tickets. Only $20 for the great AC/DC tribute band coming hell and back. What do you think of that, Pat Porter?
Well, what's my name again?
Pot Porter. I'm calling you Pot Porter because you're on pot. You've been smoking pot all afternoon before you got in here. Yes.
I had a coffee this morning.
Yeah, a coffee. Yeah, with what in it?
Little creamer.
Some oil or something.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
My name isn't Jay Moore.
Do you need us to get you a sponsor? What are these edible sponsors that you like so much? Or all these gel caps and everything?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. You don't like being exposed. You don't like being exposed, do you?
Those are vitamins.
You don't like it. Because on the radio station before me, you could have hung up by now, but now you're being exposed for the entire hour.
I'm going to put a song on here and shut you up for a while.
Play me some AC/DC for the Regency. Check that out, June 10th.
All right. Shut up for a while,
Hell and back, June 10th. Get your tickets tonight. We'll be back with Monica. Unacceptable! Riegler! She loves when I do that, Pat Porter.
right, there you go. Guns and Roses,
Yeah.
Mr. Brownstone.
Not like the AC/DC that I introduced. You screwed up again.
Oh, come on.
Great song, but wasn't what I wanted to play. So I guess we're gonna have to do another plug later in the show and finally play some AC/DC. Oh my God!
Talk
it's
about
time
the
for you to
Regency.
retire.
Talk about
It's
this.
time for
Enough
you
of this.
to
Enough of
just
this
retire
retiring.
it all. Forget it.
I'm never leaving. Talk about the Regency.
Like I said, Thunderbird tonight. That's a great band. But June 10th, I know there's a lot of other things, Pat Porter, to talk about with the Regency, which I'm going to
because it's his show. He does all the talking.
But it's June 10th. It's AC/DC. The Hell and Back is AC/DC tribute. Tickets $20, and that's going to be one hell. I know you don't like swearing, Pat Porter, but it's going to be one hell of a damn good show. What do you think of that? Yes.
I think.
And we're going to play some AC/DC later in the show if you can figure out how to do this stuff.
I think you're rude and crude.
Oh,
how's
unbelievable.
That?
Unbelievable. Let's get to our guest on the
Hi,
phone.
Monica.
Hi guys, how you doing today?
Not
good. We're doing fine. If
No,
Jay would only
not
shut
good.
up every now and then.
I hear you're still bickering over there.
I mean,
Bickering.
if we could get somebody that knows how to work this equipment, that'd be great. Maybe I got to get the Todd Brown. Maybe
I don't see you doing
maybe
any work.
I got to hire somebody. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? I keep paying for this show instead of getting paid.
Well, it sounds good to me.
Beautiful. If only if AC/DC played Mr. Brownstone, it'd be even better. Yes.
Well, you never know. They might do a cover one day.
Yes. Monica, Unacceptable Reagler. Everybody loves that name. And I know you were down at Bike Night the other night here on Queen Street, Crazy McCaws. And how was that?
It was really good. So it was their first official bike night of the season. And, you know, it's going to be every Thursday from 6 to 9, I believe. And they close off Queen Street. And, you know, we get to listen to a band. They have 50-50 draws, door prizes. It's a lot of fun. And it was a really good turnout for, you know, surprisingly, it was a little bit chilly out. But, no, it was a really good turnout.
And who was the band? Do you know?
I believe it's Chico Sanchez has been doing it for years.
Yes, the legendary Chico Sanchez.
Chico's everywhere all the time.
Absolutely.
Everywhere, all the time. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I'll be doing that every Thursday. And I'm considering going to Claire's, what is it called? Night of Thunder at the Welland Motorcycle Club tonight.
Down at the, tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was tonight.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is that the exhibition one, Niagara Regional Exhibition in Welland?
It's the Welland County Speedway.
Oh, okay.
Welland County Motorcycle Club Speedway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, we were there for Biketoberfest a couple years.
Biketoberfest, yes, where it's going to be again this year, September 16th. But I won't be there this year, Pat Porter.
Oh, yay.
Oh, shut up.
I get to do it all
Just shut
myself
up.
without you,
Yeah, good.
All right.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyways.
You have to come. You have to come. We always have so much fun.
Hey, Neo Pro Wrestling is that night, and so
We'll have fun, Monica, you and I. Jay can be somewhere else.
We'll have to split up your time then, Jay. You'll have to learn how to be two places at once.
Yeah, I'd hate to miss Biketoberfest because I love Biketoberfest. So what's going on at Claire's? Any details?
Pardon me?
What's going on at Claire's tonight? Any details?
No, not at Claire's. Claire's is having their night
Presentation,
of Thunder
yeah.
at the Welland County Motorcycle Club.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I'm thinking of going checking that out because that looks like a lot of fun. And you know me, I'm all everything motorcycles because everybody in my family rides. Most of my friends ride. So, you know, I always love going along. I like being the passenger. I take the videos.
You look good with the do-rag on your head.
Again.
Yeah, you do. I love that do-rag you got on your head when you're riding on the bike.
The bandana. Well, you know, it's
The
actually
bandana,
to
yeah.
your hair.
Oh.
It's so you don't get helmet head when you're.
And Jay's trying to follow you on his Schwinn, eh?
Is he?
When you're
Well,
going down the highway, and he's riding along on his Schwinn. His feet are pedaling as fast as he can, and he's still only going about 5 kilometers an hour.
You know what? Jay would look fantastic on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I think you should get one.
Well, I'd fall right off the
Yeah,
motor,
put him on one of those horses down at the Port Lucie carousel. That's where he'd ride.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, put him right up there. He can wave every time he goes around. You can wave at Jay and take his picture. He'd love that.
You know, Pat Porter, you've been so goo-goo gaga over Monica over the past couple of shows, and I know Monica has been playing the single game, saying she can't do her dating right. I think, Pat Porter, it's time. Now, we know you got a big show coming up next Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you're so goo-goo gaga, I think you should ask Monica out on a date for next Saturday because I'll be going there with Ashley. And why don't you tell her about next Saturday? Ask her for a date right here on the air.
All right, Blues with a Feeling. The tribute show to King Biscuit Boy happens at the Leander Boat Club And that's next Saturday.
That's right.
Next Saturday. We're going to be down there with the Smoke Wagon Blues Band. We're going to be down there with Pappy John and all kinds of great music, all blues. And Sonny Del Rio is going to be down there. So he'll be on stage just saying hello because Sonny's not playing too much anymore. But he is a legend, so we're going to have him down there. So this is a fun night. And Monica, would you like to go?
Absolutely. That sounds like a riot. And I always have a good time when I go out with you, Pat Porter. So,
see, Jay, there you go, Jay.
There you go. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. I was the one that made this happen because you couldn't get it up to talk about. Well, I shouldn't say but you
choice of words here. Choice of words.
You couldn't get out to ask Monica, so I had to do it for you.
Wow, he's making a sexual innuendos now.
We're allowed to talk about this because it's
you get to go on stage with myself and Jay Moore, and we'll introduce the bands, and you can have all the glory. How's that sound?
There you go.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
What are you going to wear?
Oh, stop it, Pat.
You'll have to dress me for the evening again because you know me, I never know what to wear. So, being a typical woman, I don't know what to wear. I'm going to have to raid my wardrobe, but any tips or advice, I'm down.
Yeah. Go buy something, Pat. Go pull your wallet out. I know you don't like doing that, but actually, you
my
gotta pay
wallet
for
is
something.
locked in my back pocket.
You got to get some gas. You got to do the driving.
It doesn't come out. My wallet doesn't come out, especially when you're with me.
Well,
you want everything for nothing. You know?
There you go.
Buy me this. Buy me that. Buy me an ice cream cone.
Do something for me. You don't drive. You don't buy me food. You don't do anything. Everything I've done for you over the past 10 years, I put you on the map in this area. I gave you all sorts of credibility. Yeah, me.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly is right. Yeah. Monica, how do you put up with this guy?
Oh, I love him to death. Are you kidding me? I always told people that Jay Moore is the male version of me. If I was a guy, I would be Jay Moore.
That's right. That's right, Pat. So how do you feel about that? You're dating the female Jay Moore.
She is going to Blues with the Feeling.
Yes.
And she's going to be there. She's going to have some fun. I'll guarantee that she's going to have some fun.
Yes, she's going to have Blues with a Feeling.
I know. And if I don't, I'll just make my own fun because I can do that too.
Yeah, bring some Jackson. You can play him in the corner or something. You know, hopscotch or something like that. You know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, right.
So there you go.
Jay, okay, go ahead, Jay.
Well,
You're still talking.
Not only do you got a date, not only do I got a date, next week I'm going to bring Monica right in here into the studio. We're going to make it her show. We're going to talk about you and your stupid date. And
my stupid date?
Yes.
You're calling her?
Yeah, well, not her stupid date. You having a date is stupid.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
No, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You set it up, Jay, so...
Hey, it's going to be a good time. Blues with a Feeling. I love it. We always have a good time at the Leander Boat Club. It is in Hamilton, though, so hopefully Pat brings you back home because you know how he is in Hamilton. Now he's out of town, so he gets a little crazy.
I lived in Hamilton for 11 years.
Yes, and they also kicked you out of Hamilton.
No, they never kicked me out.
Did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
11 great years, they begged me to stay, and I said I had other avenues to explore.
You said you had enough? That's what you were about to say.
No.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Okay, Jay, it's your show, the infamous Jay Moore Show, 4680Q.com. You can hear the podcast, yeah.
We will see Monica tonight at the exhibition or whatever that's called in Port Colborne. What is it
Welland
called?
County Motorcycle Club Speedway.
Club. Next week, Monica's in studio, and next week at the Leander Boat Club for Blues with a Feeling.
Yeah. Now you got Jeremy Elliott sitting here. He's waiting to say something.
Yes, he's waiting to say something. But if you keep talking to Monica, he's never going to get on the air.
Monica, I got to go.
Okay, honey, I'll be ready next weekend. You just let me know when and what you want me to wear, and boom, I'm there.
There you go.
Hey, I have to think about that now. Okay, will do. Okay, Monica.
I'm good, guys.
Okay, say goodbye, Monica. Jay, blow her a kiss.
Me? Mwah. Love Monica to death, yes.
Okay, Monica, I'm going to fade you out, and we'll talk to you next week. How's that?
Okay, have a good weekend, guys.
Okay, there goes Monica.
There you go.
Yeah. So now you got Jeremy Elliott in the studio.
Let's get right to Jeremy Elliott. Jeremy, get that microphone in place. Of course, we don't know if it's working because Pat doesn't.
Yeah, it's working.
Yes.
Let Jeremy say something.
We can do a test.
There it is.
We are here.
There's only one voice like that. It's Jeremy Elliott.
Yeah.
Yes. Ripping right through the
Famous.
speakers.
Absolutely, the most unique voice out there.
I love it, Jeremy. It's a pleasure to have you here for 680Q, Infamous Jay Moore Show with Pat Porter.
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah,
it's
man.
great to be here.
Yeah,
Awesome
man.
sunny weekend. Here we go.
Of course, and of course we've had quite a history over the years in the professional wrestling business, which it was great to see you over at Neo last weekend. Sold out show. Pat Porter, of course, was not invited.
I remember when you were in a cage match with Jeremy
That's
Elliott.
right. Yes.
That was a long time ago. You're still recovering from the beating he gave you.
I don't think Jeremy likes to talk about that just because I won that match, and that's just, we're erasing that from the history books. Yeah. But you can get it on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I even believe at some point we had a signing with you, Pat.
That's right.
Right here for that match.
That's right.
Right on the corner of Chrysler and Queen Street in Niagara Falls.
Which was a history in the making, because that was the first time I met Pat Porter. We just did a live out on the streets, and that's out on YouTube too, where we embarrassed you on your broadcast. And
you've been following me around ever since then.
Inseparable.
Trying to
See
get
what
on my
happens?
show.
That's right.
Now you got your own show.
Well, now we got Jeremy Elliott on the air. Which
Pat, you missed it. It was a great time last weekend. Saturday at Neo Wrestling, and Jay, it was sold out. It was packed to the gills.
Yes.
I was banned. I was not allowed to show up.
Which, Jeremy, I know that meant something for you, because Neo Pro Wrestling, as I said on commentary, it's in your blood. It's one of your promotions that you've started. You're a Neo G. We call him Neo G.
A Neo G.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you were the karate man back in the day, and you did many things at Neo. And how did that feel to walk out of the curtain? You know, this has been probably 10 years since we were at the Fight Club.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and yeah, Neo got me started, and you know, from all the little things, you know, we used to walk around in those boas, Jay, and we used to have a lot of furry boots going on and stuff, and man, full circle, I came out as Jeremy Elliott in my gi.
With your boy.
And my boy, and it was so much fun. It was great to see everybody, and the fans, just the reception from the fans. As I was standing behind the curtain and they're chanting red boots, was just awesome.
Yeah, which is a thing with you. Ask me about my red boots. It's part of your marketing. What is with the red boots? You might as well tell them.
So the Red Boots campaign is for FASD awareness. It's Embrace Our Journey is the name of the campaign, and it's just to raise awareness for fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, which my godson has.
Yes.
And so, you know, I was sitting on the sidelines. We've done a lot of different things with my boy, but he fell in love with professional wrestling and started training himself. And so you know how that kind of goes sometimes. The next thing you know, I'm back in. And if I'm going to be in, well, let's do it. I bought a pair of red boots, and every time I go out there, we can talk about FASD awareness, so it's a great cause.
Yeah, a great campaign, and I noticed a lot of people at the merchandise table that were purchasing your stuff were asking about your red boots. A lot of people have been getting behind Willie, your godson, as you say. He got into the wrestling business, bitten by the bug, and look, he was even at the Sean Spears seminar that we had earlier on that day, which was fantastic, and that was something that coming out at Neo with your boy. Like, that must have been goosebumps.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think even better was just the reaction afterwards. Because, like, you're right. He trained for hours with Spears in the daytime. He was at the show. He got to come to the ring. He just loved being around it. Even, like, the after dinner, he loved it. But to have so many people for the next couple of days still messaging me about, like, just seeing him out there and what he's able to do, that means the world to me for sure.
Now, I got to ask you, I don't know if you want to go here, but it's been something that's on my mind. Like your first, kind of like the Neil coming back, and you're having your match with Jesse Bieber from the CWF, which you had, which you guys got to know very well because you're part of that CWF, the Canadian Wrestling Federation, and it's just he won at the Neo show.
Yeah, that's the only part, I guess, that definitely doesn't feel very good.
No.
At the Neo homecoming.
The homecoming, yeah.
I lost.
You
know,
lost.
and nobody wants to be able to say that.
No.
And, you know, things happened, you know, with Jesse and my boy. He had to get involved, you know. Jesse was up there, and my boy felt it was right to get involved, and I don't blame him for that. I've watched the footage back. I have the video of him, you know, getting involved, and just unfortunately got caught in that crossfire, and you know, I got caught. So with that being said, though, you know, that's not going to happen again.
Well, the boy being, dare I say, kind of green, you know, still in training, like, what does somebody like you say to William after this happens? Because you know you can't get involved in a match.
Yeah, well, him working on his emotions, right? He gets emotionally involved. That's me out there. He's helping.
That's right.
Right? So I can't blame him for that. He's young. As you say, he's green. He's just, we were teenagers once, Jay. We act on emotions, right? So I can't blame him, He apologized later, so I don't feel anything bad for that. But, when it comes to Jesse Bieber, I think we have some unsettled business because he wasn't, for what people know of Jesse Bieber, for him to do some of the things that he was doing in that match, that's what sits unwell with me the most. Not that my kid jumped on the ring. It's what Jesse was doing to try to win that match.
He was the first competitor in the whole show that got carded.
Right. As we, debuted those ring rules. Yeah, he's the first person that and was blatant about it. He blatantly got that yellow card, and I don't know how much he cared about it.
But no, I don't think he cared about it, but I do know that Jesse Bieber making a debut for Neo, his first time there, trying to make a name for himself, did what he had to do, even if it was a little bit illegal, even if he did get carded. He needed that victory over Jeremy Elliott, a huge name at Neo Pro Wrestling, and he got exactly that. But I got to say, Jer, a lot of people say that was one of the best matches on the card. A lot of people do.
I had a lot of people, the same thing for the last couple of days after the show. Just the level of the energy of the crowd for that match was pretty unbelievable, and I'm really happy that happened. And hey, I'm glad that Jesse's gotten this little rub by pinning my shoulder, shall we say. Yeah. He's made his mark at Neo, and that's great. So let's see what his follow-up is as well.
Yeah, let's see what his follow-up is. Now that we're talking about wrestling, we're into it now. We're going to get to everything else that you do in the community. But let's talk about shifting gears. Tomorrow night, Sunday, which if you're listening on the podcast is probably over, but Sunday, CWF 35C Park Drive. Big thing going on at CWF where they have the two brands, the Canadian Wrestling Federation and the NWX, who have two separate rosters. There's now going to be a draft to shake things up over at the Canadian Wrestling Federation. And you're going to be there because you have also established a huge name, as well as Willie, down at the Canadian Wrestling Federation over the past few years, just before Neil popping up.
Am I banned or am I allowed to attend tomorrow?
No, you're supposed to be there, Pat Porter, because the great thing is you may get drafted to something else and we may be separated as well.
Yes. Okay, so I get to go in the ring tomorrow. And
4 o'clock tomorrow down at 35C Park Drive. Jeremy Elliott, how are you feeling about the whole thing?
I'm excited about it. It's exciting for CWF. Yeah, my boy's excited about it. He's been able to wrestle there in a couple tag team matches. He had a singles match, so he's excited about it. For me, I've gone head first into CWF, and I like to think that I've had some amazing matches over there.
Have, yeah.
And I was actually looking at it this morning because I'm one of the rare superstars there that is wrestling on both CWF and NWX. Right. I don't have one or the other. I'm on both.
Right.
So to me, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I want to, be there almost. I can call out this roster because since Resolution last year, I haven't lost a match. I haven't lost at CWF or NWX since Resolution. Wow. So I have a long winning streak, and I think I'm one of the top guys in either company. So wherever I'm going, hey, there's people going to have to deal with me.
Yeah. So in other words, it doesn't matter to you what promotion it is, whether you're at NWX, you're probably going to be part of both of them anyways.
We can keep going on and being undefeated in both if we have to.
Which is amazing, this undefeated streak. A lot of people, probably maybe nobody could say that for both.
I don't know if they can, and it's been some big names. Like if we look at all the different shows that we've been doing, there's some big names on that list.
Well, you just came off a hell of a war with Tyler Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. You were the referee. You were right there and saw it firsthand. And I got my hand raised in that main event, and it was a great main event. It was a hard-fought war.
Me being there firsthand, I would say that was the most brutal match I've ever been a part of. Jeremy, your whole face came out bruised and beaten, and that's a war that I would like to see continue. I don't know if it's going to happen with this brand split, but I would love to see it. And, of course, Jesse Bieber is the champion. We know that he's going to stay at the CWF because he is the champion. And that's something I would like to see to continue as well.
I'm up for either one of those. Obviously, if we're cross-promoting, another match with Jesse is great. He's held that belt for a real long time. Yeah. I'm down with that. And, of course, Tyler, we had such a close war that obviously, to give him another shot at that too, undoubtedly. Yeah,
so that's 4 o'clock tomorrow, the CWF, Jeremy Elliott. That's going to be unbelievable. But let's talk about what else you got going on. Of course, you got United Family Martial Arts. We got to do a big plug for that. moved over to Chippewa.
Yeah, sweet, brand new location.
Yeah.
We have a great property, Riverside, overlooking that water, and we have mats upstairs, downstairs, so we can be running 2 floors at once. We have a great small little weight room, so when we're having our fitness classes and stuff like that, or even we're doing weightlifting seminars. So yeah, United Family Martial Arts is over at 3883 Main Street in Chippewa.
Right, and you've also branched out to doing a lot of the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Yes, we are at currently 2 Boys and Girls Clubs, Fort Erie and Niagara Falls, where we're running sessions. They run 3 times a year, and we're promoting kids through those systems. And then during the summer months, I actually travel. I add in the St. Catharines one, and we do bully seminars all summer long. I think we taught over 300 kids bully proofing last summer, so I'm looking forward to doing that again as well.
Yeah. And it's great because you could literally get trained by a 2-time former world martial arts champion.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You are the karate man.
The karate
You've been
man
all
is
over.
still here.
Yeah, you've been all over the world. Jerry, you've done this since I've known you. You've done this your whole life. You've always run United Family Martial Arts.
This is all I know how to do, Jay. I started training at 7 years old. As I've stated many times, I was just over here at the Seneca Queen with my mom. We're watching the Karate Kid, and the moment Daniel raised that trophy at the end, I said, yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's what you want to do,
Yeah.
and you've been full bore into it your whole life. That's amazing.
Yeah, and of course it's totally, transformed. I've gone through getting my black belt, winning world championships, but now it's about so much more. Now it's about empowering these kids and just creating a culture. This world needs a little bit different culture from what these kids have all, it's a tough age. We've gone through COVID and all these years. So these kids need to be empowered and get some strength and the physical sports, the confidence and all of that. So I'm all about teaching and coaching. And it doesn't matter really what I'm teaching or coaching. I want to be out there and making a difference.
Yeah, which at some point there has been a transition within yourself where that happened because, you went from a school and wrestling into very much hugely into this community. Where you've written books now, you're a speaker, you've done a lot of things. Let's talk about the book, Life is an Art.
Yeah, we're going big. There's some great things happening. And yeah, one of those is Life is an Art, which is my new book that's been released. And you guys can look out for that at CoachJeremyElliott.com.
Yeah.
And it's my life story, but it goes so far beyond. It talks about me, being raised by my mom, who I just mentioned, single mom on welfare. But her goal was to make sure I became something. So that's huge part of the book. Huge part of the book is William about FASD and talking about how it doesn't matter what the obstacles are, you can get there. And it talks about steps on how to get there. It brings all of that awareness to FASD because I think a lot of people still don't even understand that.
No.
But yet FASD affects 1 in 20 kids, 4% of Canadians. And that is higher than autism. And most people don't realize that. So I want to bring, awareness to that because with FASD also the awareness becomes the preventions because obviously it's from mothers drinking. So obviously if we can get to some of the communities that need to hear those talks about, prevention, then we can, help this as well.
Yeah, totally spreading the word. Spreading the word.
Yes.
Doing these galas and everything, like dressing up as I got to be honest with you, Jer, knowing you from the wrestling business, I never thought that your career would kind of blossom this way or go this way. And how do you feel about it? Because I don't think probably it just came upon you as well. Like, I don't think that you planned this.
No, last year was unbelievable where, it started the ball rolling with, purchasing a property and, being able to grow the business, which was great so I can teach a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there came this moment where I'm just thinking, okay, well, there's only so many people that I can get in these 4 walls. How can I get out there more?
Yeah.
And I'm really lucky to be involved with the Sport Karate Museum down in Houston, Texas. So they've done a lot for me because they put me in one of their books, which kind of spawned the publication, Elite Publications out of North Carolina, contacted me and said, hey, do you ever think about writing a book? Not really, but I think it's a great idea. And then, so that was a way to get outside of those 4 walls. You mentioned the gala being part of the community crew in that Night of Miracles.
Right.
To be the keynote speaker for that was unbelievable. To be able to stand up there in front of all of those people, and in a nice custom suit and everything.
Yeah, styling and profiling.
Different than a gi.
No.
It felt amazing. And to be able to talk, and that was something powerful too, because it got me able to reach adults. You know, I teach a lot of kids, and I talk to a lot of the community kids. Yeah. But to be able to start talking to parents, talk to coaches, talk to teachers who are involved in the game of all of this, right? If it's a football coach, they need to learn how to deal with these kids. If it's a teacher, they need to learn. So to reach that, I think, is really powerful. And I think that's also where, you know, we're going to go next. I actually had some great meetings this week about where we might go next, and I'm really super excited about that. And back to the Sport Karate Museum, William and I are actually heading there this October because William's going to be the main event performer in Houston on October the 6th. Wow,
that is something.
In front of the museum, all of the head black belts, where there's going to be black belt tests and awards, and that's where I got last year a chance to honor Terry Funk with a Houston legend and honorary 10th degree black belt, which was really cool. And so William gets to headline that event on Friday,
which is crazy. How old is William?
William turned 16 in February.
Yeah, 16 in February.
Yeah, so he may look like
he's a big boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, so but he just turned 16, so he's still a young pup.
It's kind of, you know, my perception, my thoughts of you was talking to you over lockdown. I kind of think this kind of fired you up a little bit to get out there more because you almost seemed upset that you know, lockdown was here, the schools were shut down, there was no more activities, you couldn't get the kids out there, you couldn't do anything at your own dojo. You know?
No, the only thing we did, and I thank my guys who stuck with me, where we went online, like we were teaching on Zoom. That's it. But here I am in a dojo, and I'm teaching with just a screen and a laptop, no kids in there, you know, and they're at home working with a parent or a stuffed animal or something.
Yeah, of course.
Trying to make that happen was hard.
Like, you just would not give up on the dream.
No, and you know what's really funny too is an interesting little like side bit is it's a part of William as well, where, you know, he was in grade 7 and 8 during lockdowns, you know, so that was pretty rough. But we didn't realize how FASD would affect his high school. And so where the elementary schools have a little bit more support and there's a little bit more attention to it, we had a situation where I don't know if high school was ready for it, like, and they need the awareness too. Yeah. They need the memo. So that was also a part of me coming out with let's get bigger.
Yes.
Because it's not even just this martial arts world, it's the education. We need to work in the education classrooms to help fight for these kids.
Absolutely, Jeremy. It's a fascinating story.
Yeah,
it's a fascinating story. I have to put the plug out there for Life as an Art because the story is in there, and it's also fascinating how you talk about your own life. It kind of runs differently but parallel with William because you had the rough upbringing.
Yeah, same thing. My mom had bipolar, and I watched her struggle. I watched her suffer. She ended up passing in 2008, and but you know, the years that, like, when she was in a mental hospital when she found out she was pregnant with me. Oh. And that was a big epiphany for her. Like, that was, you know, she had been drinking and really rough spot in her life. She finds out the doctors come in, hey, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And then, you know, boom, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to be the best mom I could. And she was. She was an amazing mom, and her goal was to make sure that I'm where I am today.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel that. You know, and I even sometimes cross that over because I've never been diagnosed, but my mom's been drinking a bottle a day, going to the mental ward. I don't even know if this is something like, do I have a slight tendencies of FASD?
Well, maybe you do,
I've studied it. I kind of wonder sometimes because there's things that I see that I'm like, oh, that's me too.
Wow.
So another reason for me to fight, you know. And so and so between my mom and William just transfers right over, you know, and we've been getting out there and talking about, like I was just saying about the education system and stuff. I actually did a talk at St. Patrick's just up the road here.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. The entire school, the principals loved it, the teachers loved it, and kids from grade 1 to 8, and they all loved it. So it was a great time in telling exactly what we're talking about now.
Yeah, very, very inspiring. Very inspiring. I don't know if you just do this day by day or if you got some sort of roadmap, but I mean, for where I've seen you come from and what I've seen you do, literally in front of my face, I've watched you do these things, accomplish everything, and it's truly inspiring, and you should be proud of yourself just as well as you're proud of William.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I thank you, Jay. I appreciate your support, and you've always been, big with me for sure. And it's funny, you say roadmap. I have goals, and I've always had goals, but it's always that, hey, the 10-year question. Like 10 years ago, would you have asked me if this is where I would be? No. Yeah. So I don't necessarily know if I can say in 10 years that where am I going to be. I hope it's even bigger than I am now, though. Wherever, I always think our goals are too small. And usually, if you work hard enough and you reach those right people and you get out there, that everything's magnified. And so that's what I'm really hoping for, is just whatever I'm doing now. Hey, it's like surfing. I ride the wave, and where it takes me, I'm just going. I'm going with the flow. If I fall off, you get back on.
Yeah, and
I
think a lot of times you got to just kind of get out there and do your thing. If there's problems along the way, you just kind of roll through it. Get back on the horse and ride. And it's kind of what I like about going back to United Family Martial Arts. Anybody that's going to go there, get a membership, get a training, is getting more than just somebody that's showing them how to do karate moves, martial arts.
Absolutely.
They're getting somebody that's going to look over them, a coach, a mentor, and you kind of go out there more in their lives other than just the school.
100%. I think that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I love, double leg takedowns and arm bars as best as anybody. I love teaching wrestling, teaching karate. It's obviously my passion. But what's more than that is reaching some of these kids who may be struggling. Maybe they come in my office and they talk to me, and they just need somebody to talk to them, to help them through things.
That's right.
The teenagers who come into my office, if I can help them, and that helps them grow through a problem into where they are. And then I watch where some of my kids are. Like, I've seen some of my kids get full ride scholarships to university. I've seen some of my kids go off to be police officers. One of my girls is down as a U.S. Marine, and she's been doing phenomenal. So, like, I just love all of this stuff, and if I can help them find confidence in the discipline and the focus, that overrides any world championship or black belt or anything. It's those are all just a little icing on the cake, shall we say.
Yeah, this is lifelong for you. This is in your blood. This is what you do.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, it's funny because with the CWF, I've ended up coaching as well again, so I've been back into wrestling. And so the odd times I've worked with, like, we brought 3 of the teenagers with William to the Spears Seminar last week, and it's funny because, it doesn't matter what it is. I teach weightlifting, I teach pro wrestling, I teach the martial arts. I've been a part of football teams. I've been a lineman coach. So
I mean, I can't recommend it to anybody enough. Like, anybody that wants to get into wrestling, martial arts, or just needs somebody to talk to, man, Jeremy Elliott is the man to do it. I mean, the only thing that I haven't seen you do that I wish you would do is do something with Pat Porter. He's been sitting here for the past half hour. You haven't said a thing.
I didn't want to interrupt you guys because I respect Jeremy Elliott.
Yes.
He's got a lot to say.
Yes.
And I don't want to just come in there and start heckling Jay Moore.
You're not going to hang up on me, right?
No.
Which is
not at all.
on a side note, like, you can't always hang up on Jay Moore. So
I can't hang up on him now. It's his show.
That's right.
No, and that's it. It is the infamous Jay Moore show.
With Pat Porter.
With Pat Porter.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. And it's been a great show. I mean, the guests that I've had in here, and of course, Jeremy Elliott. This has been unbelievable. Jeremy Elliott, do you got anything else?
No, guys, keep checking the show out, keep listening, keep supporting, and then, hey, let's get out there. Let's, whether it's sports, martial arts, pro wrestling, get the families out there, and let's go.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, CWF Wrestling. We're all going to be there.
Yes.
It's at 35 Sea Park Drive, just off the near the
Just say
the
St.
canal,
Catharines,
near
Pat
the
Porter.
canal.
That's all you have to say. It's in St. Catharines.
Yeah,
Everybody
well,
knows where the studio is. 35 Sea Park Drive, and of course, Jeremy Elliott will have his fan base out there as he always does.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether he's at the NWX. It doesn't matter whether he's at the CWF. The draft is happening tomorrow, Pat Porter. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And, of course, Pat Porter, am also a CWF,
big thing,
CWF Hall of Famer and the general manager.
What am I? I'm in the Hall of Fame at CWF.
Are you?
Yes, you saw the big sign there that...
and now you got a phone call. Do you know anything about answering the phone?
I wonder if this... let's find out who this is.
Oh, my God. This whole
Okay, who have we got on the air here? Who's this? Whoops.
Yeah, you're playing music, Pat Porter. You don't know anything.
There we go. Hello? Nobody there.
Nobody there.
Wrong number. They heard you, Jay, and they hung up.
Yeah, you just screwed up everything again.
Wait a second. Here, try this. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Who's this?
I'm not telling you. What's going on over there?
I'm going to hang up on you if you don't tell me who you are.
Wow.
Well, Jay,
Yes, I'm right here.
straighten him out, bud.
I've been trying the whole show. I'm actually embarrassed. I'm embarrassed in front of the great Jeremy Elliott. I tried to roll it out for him. I tried to make a super guest here today. And Pat Porter, he screwed up.
I shut up during the whole interview. I let you do your thing.
Yes, you did.
Now, who's calling us?
This is, you know who this is.
Well, tell me.
Wow.
Tell the listeners.
It's Todd.
Oh, Todd. Yeah, Todd. He's
Well,
the
listen,
spectacular
I
engineer.
had to call because my wife was listening,
Okay.
and she said, "Why is that guy always so mean to Pat?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said,
Are you talking
well,
about Jeremy?
Now, I said Jay would claim it's because Pat's out to get him.
Yes. Yes, I believe the whole show has been sabotaged.
I've done nothing but help the poor guy in his career.
4 episodes I've done this now.
Yeah.
And 4 episodes have gone straight down the drain.
7 years on my show.
Yes.
7 years I tried to help you, give you a brand, bring you along.
I mean, a
and
man
you
that-
sit here and insult me.
The man's been working 40 years in radio, doesn't know how to work the board, doesn't know how to work a microphone, he doesn't know Gene Simmons, he doesn't know how to talk to Jeremy Elliott, my guest here.
See what I put up with here, Todd?
Okay, well, so here's some caution for you then, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.
Remember the adage about leaning against a fence when whitewashing's happening.
Yes. I don't know what that means, but it sounds great.
He's going to have to go home and figure that out
Yes.
there, Todd.
Well, Pat will explain it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right, listen. All good?
Yes.
Okay, so the phone line is working, apparently, right?
Yeah, you just called on it. I put you on the air.
It only took 20 minutes to get you on the air, but we got you on the air.
No.
Well, you know, well, there is that. There still is that little matter.
There's
Who's
just an
talking?
accident
Who's
out
talking?
front, out the window there. Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody
let's-
smashed into somebody.
Well, it's probably someone
But then
listening to
that's
this show.
irrelevant.
They were listening. This is listening to the
Glad I didn't
infamous
park
Jay
up front.
Moore show with Pat Porter.
Yes.
The legendary.
Thank you.
Mythical Pat Porter.
Yeah, thank you.
And you know, they're so astounded they lost their mind, and well,
Accidents happen out front of the studio.
you guys need a disclaimer.
Todd,
You need a warning label.
you're putting the cherry on the top of the sundae with this show. You're the icing on the cake here.
Todd the Radio God, that's her new name.
Yeah.
Listen, glad things went well today, and your guest Jeremy was awesome. Great
The guest
information.
Jeremy was awesome, but I don't think everything else went well. I think it was a horrible show, to be honest with you.
It's horrible until you shut your mouth finally. Then
stop
somebody
it.
else gets to talk.
Stop it.
Well, you know, this is you kids are going to have to work this out.
We're gonna have to work it out, Pat Porter.
Todd, good talking to you, and we'll talk to you.
Keep up the good work, gents, and
Keep up the fair work,
looking
Jay.
Forward, yeah, looking forward to next week's
Yes.
soiree.
We will see you next week, 3 o'clock here on 468 EQ. Pat Porter, I will see you at CWF tomorrow. Jeremy Elliott, CWF for the draft tomorrow. Thank you for being here. And don't forget, tonight, Thunderbird at the Regency. And get your tickets for June the 10th, baby, because it's the AC/DC tribute show, Hell and Back. Pat Porter, that's how you end the show. Play me some AC/DC. Rick Rose, yo, what is this? Forget it. We'll see you next week, 3 o'clock.
I'll see you on Friday without him.
Oh yeah, we forgot your Friday show. Friday at 3 with Pat Porter. Saturday for Miss Jay Moore show with Pat Porter. We will see you 468EQ, 468EQ.ca.
Just close my eyes.